Stephen A realized that LeBron punked him, but LeBron don't need him. LeBron is bigger than him. LeBron's life, he's like a life-size figure in the world where Stephen A really can't say anything or do anything to him to offset what has already been said. Now, if that would have been anyone else, if that would have been any other athlete that was below LeBron, let's just say if it was your average basketball player in the NBA, Stephen A would have said, I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care what you. He say that on his show all the time. I don't care what you think.
What you think? He says it a lot.
Yep. But he cannot say that with LeBron because LeBron has already spoken.
Yep.
LeBron has spoken. So
and
there is nothing
more
that he can do, in my opinion, to raise it up to the level where he will feel good enough to say, you know what? I was able to even it up, dog. I got even with it. I got even with him. I got people on my side because it looks to me as like a split. I mean, you got X amount of people to side with LeBron. You got X amount of people to side with Stephen A. So here's my thing for you, Najee. Tell me what your take is on this particular thing, because first of all, both of them can be perceived as wrong about the way they handle it. But do you think Stephen A. Smith should keep this thing going the way he's going?
Well, like I spoke on this before, the longer you speak onto it, the more weaker you look. You just leave it alone, bro, because you're not going to change anybody's perspective on it. And whoever's going to side with you is going to side with you. Whoever's going to side with LeBron is going to side with LeBron. Because when you talk about a top tier player, I mean, they over anybody anyway. They over their own coach. They over their own GM. Like, for example, if Jeannie Buss have a problem with LeBron, guess what? They're going to side with LeBron before they even think about Jeannie Buss. That's how it is when it comes to sports. Like, nobody cares about that. So when you have Stephen A. continuously trying to make himself look better versus him, it makes him look weaker because you still trying to keep justifying your position while LeBron's sitting there focused on other things now.
Stephen A. is trying to reshape the narrative, I think. He wants the narrative to fall into his favor.
And he can't do it, man.
And he can't do it. It's not going to work.
He can't do it. See, the only way he would have looked like he wasn't straight up punked, and I don't think he was bright enough to do that. If he would have got LeBron in a private conversation, just both of them, and then had LeBron to come on his show and speak about it, it would have been like an equal thing. It would have been two guys talking and airing it out. But what happened was he's in this corner and he's in this corner. So he's got somebody in his ear telling him what to say, which is wrong because they're telling him the wrong thing. So what I'm telling you is if he would have had LeBron on that show and they would have talked about it and LeBron would have said, okay, listen, this is what I had in mind when I wanted my son to play with me. I knew my son wasn't up to standard, but I wanted to play with him. In order for me to play with him, my team drafted him. Everybody know that Bronny wasn't up to par to be playing in the NBA yet. And he's probably going to get there, but if LeBron wanted to play with him, we had to do it right now, get him in here right now. Even if it takes training him in the leagues to get him up to standard to play with the real McCoy, the type of guys that he need to play with to be in the NBA. So my thing is, the cat is out the bag right now. Stephen A. can never rekindle his relationship with LeBron, I don't think now, because he let it go too far. Now, in the future, when there's other stuff that he need to cover and when he need to go step LeBron for some commentary that's important, whether they go deep in the playoffs and he need to go over there and talk to LeBron.
You've reached the end of another episode of the DC Stewart Sports Talk podcast. Be sure to connect with us at Facebook and Twitter.com. Your voice is important, so head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Catch our next episode.